1976 at 4:40. I'm just kidding. I grew up in this really small town in India. And in India, each and every state has a very distinct cuisine of its own. I grew up in a colony where there were people from all over India. And I used to be this obnoxious kid. I know it's so tough for you guys to imagine that, but I would like go from one neighbor's house to the other, tell them that my parents hadn't fed me, so can I eat with you? And it was incredible because I would get to try all of these like South Indian food. I grew up in a predominantly Punjabi or Northern household. South Indian food, East, from Bengal, from Kerala. It was incredible. But to me, it was beyond food. I would sit with the aunties in the kitchen and learn how to cook from them. And that's, I think, where it really, the addiction to food and cooking really started there. I think each and every city has a soul, right? You go to a city and there are some cities where you're like, oh, I'm never going back there again. And then there's some cities which just capture you and you get rooted in that city. And Charleston has been that for me. I mean, I was fortunate enough to visit Charleston for the first time for the Charleston Wine and Food Festival. And it is by far my favorite wine and food festival in this entire country. Not only because there is so much substance which goes into the programming. It's not just people coming and making food and serving food. It has a purpose to me beyond that. It is to me, I always think that if food was the focal point of conversations, there would be no fights. Right? And I think that is what the way the festival has been curated has been in such a way that it has captured the soul of food and wine and the chefs and the people who come over here. So it's very addictive. It just keeps on making you like, oh, come back to me. In today's day and age, especially with electronics and with every, with everybody in their phones or in their iPads, the personal connection has gone. That sensory connection has gone. And the most sensory experience in this entire world is drinking and eating. So to use food and wine as the platform to connect a community, and a community doesn't need to be only Charleston, it pretty much is the entire country at the present moment. I think that is where the Charleston Wine and Food Festival is playing a very, very critical part in just getting people together.